Hello, hello, hello! Welcome and well met! Welcome to the stream! Okay, I also just noticed that the controller is missing. It's missing a little cover on the joystick. I'm like, oh, when did that happen? Where did it go? Got very distracted. Okay, anyway, we're starting this week off with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, as we have been for a while. I get to the adventures part. I should take a break from Ace Attorney for a little bit before I dive into Resolve. Oh boy, it's taking a while. Okay. Anyway, speaking of diving in, that's what I should do, because that is what we're playing today, is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We're on episode 5, if you haven't read the title of the stream. And we are going to be sifting through the lies to find the truth. Okay. First, I'm gonna ask you little Macy's to go. Let's go dive in. Okay. We're right at witness testimony with two very obviously shady people. Oh gosh, they're quite the clowns already. Oh, and Gregson over there. You just barely see him. It's Tobias! Tobias Gregson is his name. Might be familiar with that name from the Sherlock Holmes series, because there's a ton of Sherlock Holmes references in here. As in the series. We also have Sherlock Holmes, so there's quite a lot of character references too. Anyway. Counter the victim. Let's see if we actually get the truth out of these two nincompoops. I doubt it, because we gotta do some cross-examination, but let's see how this plays out. Alright, so we just got inside the gaff and heaved a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug. Give me that gun, he bellowed. Then he flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we had it. For an old geezer, the rope was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter. Pulled me gun on him, and then he legged it through that door into the back room. That had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear. Sweating bullets. Oh right, Van Zeeks is thoroughly fed up with these two. Also, hello Grandma Iris, welcome, welcome. I'm sorry. You just I can't help but laugh because this Van Zeeks just the camera pans over to Van Zeeks and he's just fist on table already, just like, you two are giving me a headache. What a This is the perfect way to start a stream. Exasperated prosecutor noises. I'm enjoying myself already. Okay. Van Zeek's voice, Van Zeek's voice. So, you're now telling us that the moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop. Well, yeah, sorry. Well, we find ourselves at an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably. But honest, Governor, this time, Nash, this time, we ain't got nothing more to hide. Oop, hello, Margaret. Hello, welcome, welcome. Very well, counsels for the defense. You may proceed with your cross-examination. Oh, hi, Ryanosuke. He's ready to go. Look at the boy. Oh gosh, how old is Ryanosuke? I keep forgetting to look up his age. I'm gonna do that now quickly because I can do that pretty quick. Okay, actually, I'm gonna move my very noisy phone over. Let's see, Ryanosuke. No mistypes. Otherwise, this gets very hard. No, I do not want Akutagawa. I do not need Ryanosuke Akutagawa now. Yeah, how old are you? Oop. Oh, okay. I accidentally hit the screen and then accidentally pushed the correct button. Whoops. Oh, okay. He's 23. Apparently? Interesting. I forget how old he is. How's Kazuma? I'm getting sidetracked by everybody's ages. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's about the same age as Naruto. Okay. He's like 23. Oop. Sorry, that was loud. My phone is so noisy. I have things off of it. Anyway. Alright. He's a young man. He's not a boyo. I'm still gonna call him boyo. Young lad. Anyway. Yes, my lord. This is it. The moment I've been waiting for. He's like, so excited. Yay, Ryunosuke is gearing up. I'm sorry, I always get excited when Ryunosuke is just like ready to go. Like he is uncovering the lies. He's not sitting there with a wild look in his eyes, sweating bullets as he's trying to, you know, just like uphill battle constantly. I love it when it swings over into his favor and he's just piecing everything together. It's like, let's go! Okay. Let's see here. What is suspicious? Oh, you know what? Before I start like going through everything, I should probably reacquaint, that's the word. Reacquaint myself with the evidence. Representation papers, I don't need that. Yeah, we have the calendar with the blood. We got Rice Fire Mason's blood. Oh yeah, we don't know whose blood this belongs to. I think it's Shlomes's. Given circumstances, I don't remember clearly enough to pull from my memory. This is my second playthrough, so I've been forgetting a lot. Oh yeah, Windy Banks has 2. And the chemicals used. Okay. No. Oh yeah, and then there's a ticket for a box, which was put in 2 days before the coat, which Gina was wearing, for Magnus McGilden. Got the manuscript from Iris, one of her stories. Got the McGilded case notes from Susato, who's traveling back to Japan because her father is sick. Today's paper, which has government secrets are being leaked on the back bit here, and then Windy Banks' murder on the front. Autopsy report. Oh, yeah, definitely wanna look at that. Okay, 1 to 1:30 a.m. because timing is going to probably might be important. Also, oh yeah, reporting party, Ryunosuke Naruto. It catches me off guard every single time. Yeah, no other wounds. So if anyone tries to say they like bong to Windy Bank in the head, they're like, nope, that's a lie. From the back on a gently rising diagonal trajectory. So that's basically important to know because it's meaning that whoever was holding the gun was holding it lower from where it is stuffed. It's important. Difference in height and all that. Crime scene, Windy Bank, or Windy Bank. Got a map for y'all. That's the back storeroom. Okay. Okay, so we got Windy Bank's gun, Skulkin Brothers' gun. Oh yeah, that's 2 photographic prints. Which basically stuff was moved. You know, you can kind of see that flipping back through the... I mean, Windy Bank and Gina disappear in the picture, but if you look at the stuff, it's the scales, the skull, and the doll. Okay, if you look, you can kind of see that it moves. That's so interesting. It's so tiny, but you can still tell. Stereoscope, that's going to be important for comparing these similar photos. Because that established that last stream that's going to be a somewhat reoccurring thing, but okay. Got more or less evidence. Oh yeah, these are both fired a single round. Both these guns. Okay, that's going to be important. How many rounds were fired? Oh yeah, we got one of the bullets is accounted for because it's right there. Okay, reacquainted with evidence because it's been a few days and we're getting a lot of evidence, as you can see. So I'm like, I should probably look at that. I probably forgot 1 or 2 details. All right, now we gotta look for suspicious stuff. Or stuff that will just lead to us more information. I know. And the thing is, we're gonna get more. We're gonna get so much more. Yeah, anyone who has to play this game by, like, presenting evidence for every single thing has an absolute headache in this case, that's for sure. Okay. So you a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug. So I kind of don't see. Give me that gun. Wendy Bing's doing that. That seems a little suspicious. Definitely might want to. Actually, how he's kind of looking surprised. I'm like, you're being shifty. He's not looking either. And he's being more adamant. I wonder if them being shifty is a hint. I wouldn't be surprised. Nah, dudes here don't look suspicious. You just say the most utmost sarcasm. You're like, oh, they're very suspicious. Okay. Alright, let's try these two. You mentioned Mr. Windybank shouted those words in your previous testimony too. However, you claim that you heard him yelling them on the other side of the storeroom door. Oh, did we? The truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he? Well, yeah. He's the victim, Mr. Windybank, holding a gun at the time. Was he ever, blimey lummy? The great ugly barrel he had pointed straight at me What is that word? Frontispiece? Oh gosh, this game always throws words at me where I'm like, wait a second, what? Was he ever blimey lummy? A great ugly barrel he had pointed straight at me frontispiece. So what you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Windybank with the gun at that time, is that right? It is, Gov, it is. Spot on. And all of a sudden, came at us, he did. What? It was Bedlam. I don't know what. Okay, try again. Take two. It was Bedlam. I didn't know who was going for who. We were clearly not going for each other. Like Nash said. What was that? Like Nash. Yeah. Like Nash said. We thought we'd had it. I mean. Hold it! Yes, I noted that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony too. Well, yeah, of course we did. He knocked over a load of books and a candlestick and some skull whatnot. I got tangled in some marionette. What knocked over a picture frame? What knocked them scales on the floor? So in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter? Well, Big Bruv here went flying over the counter like a gunshot, I can tell ya. Then that old geezer pinned him. Windybank. Dang, Windybank. Oh, if this is true. Jeez. He did, Nash, he did. If he hadn't been there, the bloke would have flattened me like a blooming pancake in seconds. Time in question. An alarm was raised at the local police station by a secret cable from the pawnbrokery. There's a button under the counter used to activate it, which was presumably pressed by the victim. That's right. And the brothers fed the crimes. Yeah. And the brothers. Right now. I'm being tongue-tied again, as usual. When the brothers fled the scene and back onto the street, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they? Poor Mr. Windybank. He did everything he could to protect his shop. Yeah, he did. Okay.
Hold it!
pressing on everything. Are you intending to shoot Mr. Windybank? No, never. I was just, you know. Looking out for me, bruv, weren't I? It was being flattened, don't forget. By a man whose shop was being burgled. Yes. And then, the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed your gun at him. Is that it? I'm sorry, this is so funny. You just ran Nosuke. His fancies are just enough, you two. Say the truth. They're getting dogpiled by the two of them. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's it. He shoved me away and then ran through the door and shut himself in. Something about that last remark. Something that doesn't quite ring true. I wonder why Mr. Windybanks ran away into the storeroom. What? Well, according to what everyone's saying, Ginny was there waiting for him, with a gun. Ah, yes, that's right. Gina allegedly used Mr. Windybank's gun to threaten him and forced him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Windybank's hands again? So you guys are like middle school kids getting caught misbehaving on the playground. They kinda are. The sad thing is, they're you got their ages here. He's 26 and he's 27. They act like children. I have no idea, but that is strange, isn't it? A little inconsistency could be significant. Should make mental note of it. Look, the point is, me and my bruv here. That's right, Nash, that's right. Me and my bruv here. Never had nothing to do with killing him. Why would Windybank write something for that? Would I just present those? Huh. How would I catch them in a lie? Well, maybe I just need more information. I got this. Okay, I should press on the first. Because if I press on the last one, it'll automatically do the loop around dialogue, so I should do this one first. Just make sure. Hold it! I have one inconsistency, but I'm not sure what to do with it. When you say geezer, I presume you mean the victim and proprietor of the shop, Mr. Windybank. Wills! Sorry, I mean that's right. He was keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gaff, obviously. We never thought no one was going to come out of the back room like that. Back room being the pawnbroker's storeroom. Yeah, that must be where he popped up from. Only place he could have been. What it would seem, the victim was already in the storeroom when these brothers entered the premise. Which means Ginny must have been in there at the... Later. Ginny must have been there at that point as well. Doesn't make sense, does it? Gina had threatened Mr. Windybank into the storeroom with her at gunpoint. Wait. Oh, I guess meaning she's holding... Okay, whatever. And why would he have emerged from the same room all alone when the brothers arrived? Oh, I don't know. Did you see the accused at that time? What? That mole tutor? Couldn't tell ya. No way, Cobber. We had bigger fish to fry then. I mean, the old geezer just lost it. Okay. Last one. Do that. I mean, I could present the map and be like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'm not sure if that's what I'm supposed to do. I'll give it a try if nothing shows up, but I'm not sure if it'll work. Because sometimes I'm like, I can think of how to use this, but is it how how it's programmed to be used? Yeah. That's sometimes a problem. Yeah.
Hold!
Maybe. You say you had nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. Nothing, Gov, nothing. The old geezer went in and shut himself in the back room, didn't he? Locked it was, from the inside. We know it was because we tried to open it. But it's a decent door, that one. Good and strong, wouldn't budge an inch. Even then, the situation remains unchanged. Inside the storeroom with the pawnbroker, there was only one other person. The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade. Ah! Appears so. What say you to that, Counsel? I don't know. Is there anyone else apart from Gina who could have possibly shot Mr. Windybank? I don't know. Huh. I pressed all the information, but I haven't. I'm gonna save, because if I have to choose something that's wrong, it's always easier to reload than let it go through the dialogue, usually. Saving time. I mean, there could have been, I suppose. How would he get the gun? Not sure which to choose. I don't know. I could give it a try, but... Because if he was running back in the storeroom, it would match up the shots fired. That'd be one of these nincompoops. I'm not sure if I can do that, though. It also wouldn't make sense because... Though I suppose... I mean, how would Gina get things? If I accuse them now, it'd be, like, easy to be like, that doesn't make any sense. I need to think about it more, I guess. He's right. Gina's the only one. There was no one else in the room. I need a hint. An attitude like that, Bruno, really will be all over. Saving the best gives a frog reload, yeah. I'm gonna see if the wraparound dialogue gives any hints first, because I'm like, I have some things to work with, but I'm not piecing it together yet. It is getting more tricky to piece things together. Now a 10-year-old is reading the expression on my face. Well, you just don't have that many. Wide-eyed, sweating, smug, and... This feels contextual. Meta joke. That's about it. I'd say there's more than that, isn't there? Anyway, I think you might want to consider some other possibilities here. Or rather, I think you have to, otherwise we won't get anywhere. Or rather, you won't get anywhere. You're just here for moral support, remember? And it's times like this that I really appreciate it the most. Yeah, okay, so this is wraparound dialogue. Oh, that's all these brothers are willing to reveal this time, is it? They're still hiding something, don't you think? Oh, absolutely. I'm just not sure how to bring it to light. Yes, I'm sure of it. Not just a minor detail either. It was almost certainly because of those two, that poor Mr. Windybank. Well, you can't just let them get away with it, Bruno. I know. I get the feeling there's even less evidence at my disposal this time to prove that they did it. We've come so far. Now it's time to finish them off. But I'll do my best. Yeah, that's a problem. I don't have anything too conclusive with these guys. But there was the point where... Oop. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. This is an attack. Oop. And you like it to... I could try presenting the map here. Let me actually save it here. Okay, this is wrong. So I wasn't sure if this would work. But let's see. If I place the map to see if it'll bring Ryunosuke to be like, that doesn't make sense. Why would he do that? Maybe I can get some more evidence? Or just information. But I'm not sure if this will work.
Objection!
No, the music didn't change. That's definitely not correct. Oh, okay. So that doesn't work. Would work. I suppose I can go try... Let's see, it's the last bit of dialogue. Let's try that. Had nothing to do with killing him, that's what happened. Wait, do I present, like, the map here? Let me try. Because if they said nothing to do, it would be... They did kind of herd him back to where, supposedly, because what the story is Gina's fault, even though we know it was not Gina.
Objection!
This work? No. Okay. That's the same dialogue. What to do? We know something's up, because it doesn't make sense that Windy Bank would go back. Just like the wraparound dialogue, at least that's what I call it. Sad. We don't have a lot of evidence. So it's almost like I need to get more. Let me get on him. Clean up your gun. He did fire it. Oh, do I present the gun? Because it's been fired. And he's saying that he pulled the gun out, and we're like, well, it got fired. Is that what I do? Gotta think about this. Try it.
Objection!
No. Oh. Okay, this might work, maybe not. Ryunosuke's not doing the wide-eyed hand-raised gesture. Let's just consider the implications of that statement for a moment, shall we? Yep. What implications, Counsel? Nothing strikes me about it. The gun was fired! Bring it out for Ryunosuke. I'm gonna punch him in the shoulder. Okay, no. What to do? I mean, he's doing different dialogue, but that's too annoying. Okay, well, try this. I think
Hold it!
50%. Press it. Okay, let's get to the part where present some people. Because I guess that kind of is one way to interpret. Yes. Hello, Vanzies. Okay. There could have been. Ooh, music changed. Mr. and Mrs. I want to say Mrs. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. What? What's that look for? The moment you admitted that you encountered the victim face to face that night, the course of this trial changed completely. It did? What is your point, my learned friend? The question we must answer is, who could have shot Mr. Windybank? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all. Okay, this is actually good. I fancy. You have my attention. In that case, let's return to this plan of the premises. Victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts. So pray, what other possible answer to the question of who shot the man could there be? Counsel, you must now provide answers to the court in respect to the two conundrums. Two, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right, maybe? I don't think to be that hopeful, Ryunosuke. Indeed, namely, From what location did the culprit shoot the victim? Furthermore, where was the victim at the time? Oh, I see where this is going. I see what's going. I'm gonna save it already. I see where this is going. Okay, I should have done this first off, but I was so unsure. Understood, my lord. Are you alright, Bruno? I'm not entirely sure, but there's one thing I am sure about. If I can prove there's a credible new alternative to what happened, it would change Gina's prospects hugely. Hey, Benzie. For now, time for some clarity. Show the court on this plan the answers to the questions posed by his lordship. Okay, what's the first question? Do you believe someone else could have killed the victim? Indicate from where that person could have fired the gun. I believe, if I know where this is going, it'd be like right outside the door.
Take that!
Defense believes that the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here. And in answer to the second question, assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where was the victim at the time? Where he was found. I have a feeling I know where this is going, possibly.
Take that!
Culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom. I don't know if I placed this correctly. Continue. The Windy Bank died instantaneously from a bullet wound in his back. Looking at the stain of the blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death. It tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired? So you are adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom? Well, according to the Skulkin brothers' earlier testimony, I pulled my gun on him, and then he legged it through the door into the back room. Mr. Windybank ran away through the door. We have to assume that the door was open at the time. Ah! It was at precisely that moment, when the victim was fleeing for his life, that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Ah! Woo! Okay, got through that. Oh, Benzie was surprised. Ooh. Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial? Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. This report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. No blah blah blahs for Benzie. It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. I would like to see a character height chart. Poor man. Shot while he was running as fast as he could to safety. Ah, of course. He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. Even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it would have entered his body on an upward trajectory. I don't know how we were supposed to piece that together unless you know crime scene stuff. Talk about taking a shot in the dark, but tis probably a little morbid for this context. Oh well. So the culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Windybank.
Objection!
Hi, Benzie. I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten. The storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside. He claimed the victim was shot as he fled into the room. He also claimed his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock. But... What if someone else locked the door? Yes, there is someone else who could have locked the storeroom door. Is that so? Oop. Kitty's got the newbies and jump scared me. Why? Anyway, the only scary thing right now is my cat running past me at Mach 5. Okay. Very well then, Counsel. Present your hypothesis to the court. In the scenario just described, the defense assertion is that the victim was shot from outside the storeroom. In which case, who shut and locked the storeroom door from the inside? Gina, obviously. She's the only one in there.
Take that!
Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. Streamer problems? Cat with the newbies. Streamer problems? The amount of times that my furry roommates have jump scared me while streaming is a lot, or just have done something and I'm like, hold on, what are you doing? Gosh, should I have like a little sign be like, give me a moment, pets are being pets? Or something, my goodness. Alright, I'm gonna reread this. Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant was Gina Lestrade.
Objection!
That's absurd! Do you actually have something to object for, or you just want your opinion stated? Oh, why is that making me laugh? You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered the sealed room? For what possible reason? Such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck. I'm inclined to agree, I must say. Well, Consul? There were people... Ah, yes. That's a tricky one, that... isn't it? I have big notions have no place in my courtroom, Counselor. Remember that, please. But of course Jeannie would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it? It does? There were people with a gun! Why wouldn't you lock a door? Ryunosuke! Well, if I was Jeannie in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean... those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they? Oh, yes. Obviously. Before the two brothers arrived, Miss Lestrade and Mr. Windybank were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at the time. At some point, Mr. Windybank must have heard the intruders breaking into a shop and left the storeroom. Intruders, eh? What's this, bruv? Your theory is correct. That would leave the accused alone in the storeroom. Yes, it would. Then probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Bang bang! Ugh. Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Windybank fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment? Ah! I see where we're going with this. I like how it's the crooks answering that. Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Windybank. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it, in order to save her own life.
Hold it!
What? But I mean, we ain't the ones who done it. We ain't Gov, we ain't. God believe us. I mean, come on, we never shoot no one. That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would. Because before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Herlock Schlones. There's only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windybanks' murder. Yep. Where does that leave us? You mean to say it wasn't the pickpocket who shot the pawnbroker after all? I should have known it was those three brothers. It looks shady as a dense forest. Gregson's not part of the three, even though he's on the witness stand. He keeps getting paired up with the poor man. That was amazing, Bruno. I can see already flaws in it, though. We're not done yet. All the members of the jury seem to be firmly on your side now. I know. First time ever. Probably the last. Well, I think you've done it. Surely they have to give us a verdict not... It's so creepy when you do that, man. An admirable effort, my learned friend. What's this now? I mean, there's only been 2 shots fired. At we stand, there's 1 in the calendar. Well, we know that they shot Shlomes and the gun only fired once, so the other gun that was fired was Windybanks, which was in Gina's hands. So yeah, I'm like, I already know what's wrong. That's probably what Van Zieks is gonna say. He's laughing. You find the situation amusing, Lord Van Zieks. Myself find the defense's argument most persuasive. I clearly know. I dare say. Such... Oh gosh. Van Zieks, stop with your fancy words. Chincancery? I'm not sure if I can pronounce that correctly. Such chincancery. The bread and butter of street performers in your provincial eastern nation. With such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable periphery here. What? A hypothesis you put forward so ostensibly credibility... Oh wait. Ostensibly credibility cannot... Okay. The hypothesis you put forward so ostensibly credibility cannot and will not stand. Because, you see, it contains a fatal flaw. A fatal flaw? You mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logic's failing? I say, Lord Van Zieks. It'd be an idea to explain this bally conjuring trick, or whatever it is, to the troops on the ground, The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand. There goes the class! Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets. And George, count bullets! Oh dear. You noticed then. And you didn't, Iris? Huh? What is everyone talking about? Council. Yes, sir. For the court. How many bullets were found at the scene of the crime? 2 bullets. Correct. First, that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, that which struck the detective, Sir Herlock Shlomes, on his arrival at the scene. Indeed. The defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings. The bullet which injured Mr. Shlomes appears to have passed through his body to strike the calendar. Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, you know there are 2 firearms involved in the incident. A revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Windybank, and the Skulkin brothers' revolver. Evidence shows a single bullet was fired from each gun. Yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each. Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these 2 brothers shot Mr. Herlock Shlomes right before your eyes. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness! I think you'll find the single bullet that was fired from the brother's gun hit Mr. Shlomes, it means. Maybe not shot by the same gun. Stop. Only 1 bullet. Stop. Exactly. Yes, this Nipponese street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a for crying out loud, divisionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny. Oop. How far? He doesn't even actually hit the wall. Order! 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 Oh my god. Fanzeeks! No, I will not! You just threw a bottle at people in the back! Unless that didn't actually go up to the wings. Seriously, stop throwing things around. How much glass is in this courtroom right now? Vanzeeks, you're a menace. Pray, forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hollowed nectar into the public gallery. You did throw it up there! Stop throwing glass objects around! Can we get Vanzeeks arrested for throwing things around? You're gonna hit somebody, you idiot! For crying out loud, man! You're gonna get arrested at some point! Crying out loud. Anyway. All this laughing and squawking is making my throat a little parched. Let me get a drink while we have a moment here. I got distracted by the fire. I don't know about you. Drinky time. Even though my teacup's off screen, I don't feel like moving. Deal with it. Ah, okay. Also, me getting a drink made me realize there's a photo on the wall near me. And, like, I didn't realize that it was been staring at me this entire time. I'm just like, hello there. Hello, Vanzeeks throwing things in the air like he just don't care. I don't think he does care. Oh, gosh. I don't know how Vanzeeks ends up being the most stoic stick in the mud. Like, he's actually pretty down to earth and logical most of the time. Sometimes I do question. I'm like, Vanzeeks, there is another option here. You're smart enough to figure this out. But most of the time, he's actually pretty leveled. But he does the most extra things ever. I'm like, he's like one of the most calm characters. And the most extra character in this entire game. There's no in between. Oh gosh. Vanzeeks is quite the character. He's very amusing. To me, at least. I imagine miles may vary. But anyway, back to the story. Lord Vanzeeks! This court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can, regrettably, no longer be described as a juvenile. No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct. The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. As we can see beyond doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with the murder weapon. Oh dear. I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present. It's the disc! Wait, do we still have the copy? That Shlums made us? I'll be taking that whatever it is of Mr. McGilded's down to the yard, thank you very much. No, don't! Give it to- Don't give it to him! It's mine, that is, mine! I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to Mr. McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now. Yes, a music box disc. Mr. McGilded's music box disc. The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Windybank, the accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her. None of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence. Good gracious! Make no mistake. Any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl will not stoop if pushed, no crime she would not commit. The court forgets that fact at its peril. Oop. I see. I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence, counsel. As a grim testament. Hi, Gregson. Lord Van Zeeks, Inspector Gregson. What? Yes, Inspector. We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and, I think it was agreed that disc wouldn't be used as evidence. I don't think he cares. He doesn't care about the glass he's getting everywhere. Gosh, they get fancy. What's this all about? Why is the inspector acting strangely? It's the first time he said anything to Van Zeeks at all. I am unaware of any such meeting. But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent. Inspector, I'm the prosecutor, and I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you. Gregson has no idea how to handle Van Zeeks. Prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord. Indeed, bailiff. Mwahaha. Grabby grab. I'm absolutely looking at that. Okay. I don't think... Do we have Shlom's copy? No, we don't. But yeah, this is metal disc to play music in the mechanical music box. On the reverse side is a note that reads from Miss McGilded. Yep. That's from Mr. Fancy Pants and White. And there's the note. Do I need to click this again? I'm not sure. Because I don't know if the little bloodstain will get updated in the court record if I click it. I'm gonna double check. Because it's probably a good idea to. Oh, Bruno, look! This is blood! Yes, you're right. Just a smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before. You should have! Ryunosuke! Aha! Then it's my time to shine again. Oh, yeah! Right, because we have Iris now. She has the... Use a reagent on blood and it turns colors. Okay, good thing I did this. Instincts, let's go! Okay. Then it's my time to shine again. I thought I'd be waiting forever. Alright then, hold still with that disc, Bruno. Okay, now I'm in the mental image of these two looking at it. There's just Van Zeeks and the judge and everyone else, and they just see this small child pull out her little, I don't even know what to call it, but it's a thing that shoots out the regent as Ryunosuke holds this. Oh, that's a funny mental image. It's just Van Zeeks. What are they doing over there? Mr. Vampire Man. Okay, that's a really funny image. Oh gosh. No, geez. I would say that'd be really funny to animate, but I know how they animate the Ace Attorney stuff, which I do understand why they animate Ace Attorney series. And also, yes, there's an animation for Ace Attorney, not the Great Ace Attorney. That's not been animated, actually. I wonder if there's been other adaptations. I'm curious, but that's not a now thing. That's a later thing. Can we get this done quickly, Iris? In a flash! What color? Ooh, that's a lot of pink. What color? Oh, it's green. Oh, it's Mr. Fancy Pants. So wasn't Shlome's? Okay, clearly I don't remember everything. That's exciting. I gotta solve this all over again. I'm having a good time. Oh, a lovely shade. Oh, that's not quite right. Oh, a lovely bright shade again. Wait, that color. What is it? It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it? No, it's not. Can I check it? Yep. Yeah. Oh my god. There is no background music. I'll check things later. Maybe we get some music. Oh, I need to move over again. That's alright. Whee! Sometimes I just want to fly all over the screen. Haha. Anyway. The prosecution has established the accused's motive, opportunity, and baseness of character. There is nothing more to add. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case. Oh, you know what that means, though? Because this is the same... Oh, wait, no, actually, probably be... Yeah, I want to do this. Green, green. It means Mr. Fancy Pants was here when this happened. As if we couldn't gather that already, because nothing gets... There's not a lot of fluff in this game. We gotta drag another person into this. By the way, Mr. Fancy Pants is this guy. We only know him by a fake name. But yeah, this guy. Suspicious. Suspicious. Especially with his movements. Oh gosh, I'm going to start complaining once he's on screen again. And I'm just like... Even first time playing this game, I was just, please stop moving. You're weirding me out. I don't like the animations. It's not that they're bad. They're very strange and they make me unsettled. I don't know why. Of all things, it's Mr. Fancy Pants moving around that actually unnerves me. Oh, jeez. Okay. Gregson is still clutching those fish and chips. I don't believe it. I had the jury on my side for once. For all of 5 minutes. Oh dear. It wasn't even for 5 minutes, Bruno. My lord! I wonder if I might say something at this point. Receipt, Mr. Foreman. Been stumbling about in a bit of a fog up till now, if truth be told. But all of a sudden, the answer's bally obvious to me and my men. There's only one thing for it. Oh no. Yep. It's another... We're gonna have to do another, what is it? Summation at examination. Very well. The court will hear from the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you will present your leanings as to the defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Mouse. And back that goes. That's seen so many times. Always in the black. Always against our side. We have a consensus among the jury, it seems. We've eliminated the impossible. Whatever remains must be the truth. I see you dodging that! I see you dodging the Sherlock Holmes line, Pansy. Don't think that I don't. Oh, and for those who don't know, Sherlock Holmes has a line of when you have eliminated the impossibility, whatever remains must be, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. More or less. I'm not 100% on the wording. But I'm like, he skipped out on a few words, but Van Zeke says it. Actually, that's a correct use of ellipses. Ellipses? Ellipses. Yeah. The little dots there. Anyway. Sidetrack. That's my line. I wrote that for Hurley. Yes! Okay, that's adorable. I love that. How dare he use it against us? Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. Still more to this case than we realize. There must be. If there's one thing I'm absolutely certain of. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Wendybank. That's beyond any doubt. Go, Ryunosuke, go! Very well. We will proceed with the second summation examination of the day. The judge knows what's up. Mr. Foreman, are you and the other jurors ready? RW's squadron is primed ready for action, sir. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have now determined the defendant to be guilty. You? Hello. Hello, everybody. The jurors' contentions. Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed to us law-abiding citizens. I would give Garridan more sass about that, but his wife was the one that really got in trouble. Garridan's actually just kind of at the wrong place at the wrong time all the time, ain't he? As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted. You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket. Never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief. Are you still on about that? The accused attempted a theft on the previous day. I can see that I'm in for a busy day ahead. I am ballistics expert. I have seen many shootings. There's nothing I do not know about guns. Do you want to share to the court? Sir? It would seem there's little remaining room for doubt. I have to admit, I was rather bowled over by the argument put forward by the chap in black. But when that fell apart like a house of cards, I saw that I'd jolly well been hoodwinked. Well, no more. The whole courtroom is turning against me. It's not fair. Iris, the prosecutor's being mean. Just because Jeannie's done something she shouldn't have done in the past, that doesn't make her a murderer. You want to go up and kick him in the shin, Iris? Allow me to savor this fruity vintage. I was not prepared for Van Zeeks to say the word fruity. I was not prepared for Van Zeeks to say fruit. Grandma Iris is gonna kick Van Zeeks. Oh, the irises are gonna team up, and oh my gosh, it's that one meme. It's literally that one meme with the two beating up on somebody, and then the third person takes a drink of something, then goes over and joins it. We need a third Iris. Is there a third Iris to speak up? Oh gosh. Anyway, moving along. I was not expecting Fancy's to say fruity. Oh gosh. That's such a silly word in my mind. Just fruity. And then Fancy's saying it. Okay. Okay, besides my very giggly today. Oh well. Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter. Have fun there, man. Stop throwing your glass stuff around. Here's to the truth coming out. Eventually. That is the idea. I think Ryunosuke agrees. Oh, he didn't smack himself in the face. I thought he would. That's enough preamble. Council, proceed with the sum-nation examination. Oh, there he goes. Yes, my lord. Come on, Ryunosuke, let's go! I do like these moments, because you get to see Ryunosuke. The defense's rebuttal. Yes. Okay, right. That's all nice from you, but... This man wants to share to the courtroom. What do you want to share? I thought you were just a tourist. Oh. Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. Would like bus to Crystal Tower, please. Why are you asking that? There's no way he's just a visiting tourist. So, you're a ballistics expert. Who knew? I have much experience with guns. Ah. I have lived through many, how do you say, extreme, violent bathroom, no blood of, Ah, extreme violent bloodbaths, perhaps. Da, those, extreme violent bloodbaths. I'm not really sure why there's a violent. Does he have a lisp? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. English is very difficult tongue. Yes, yes it is! My numerous tripping ups in this series is proof enough of that. No, it's the only language I know. Considering the sort of people you associate with, I'm surprised you still have a tongue. Anyway, if you have questions about bullets and guns, you ask me. There's nothing I do not know. No mystery I cannot solve. He's very confident in his knowledge of guns, that's for sure. But, if possible, please, only in Russian language. I think you're the only Russian speaker around. He's not very confident in his knowledge of English, though, is he? No. Still, should bear it in mind. He's our man if there's a mystery about guns or bullets. Good to know. Oh, right, wrap around, because that was the last one. Van Zix has managed to convince everyone. We have eliminated the impossible, he said. But he hasn't. We're going to fight back. We need more material. We have to fight back. We have to turn this trial around again. Yes, that's the idea. We have one guy who will help us with anything related to guns and bullets, which is very much relevant in this case. Which were these dialogues? Oh, she's talking about it. Stereoscope, seer, truth. He's still on about that operation. Pause. Did I just hear the mouse squeak? Hello, Mousy. Are you squeaking? Cute Mousy. Okay. Let's see. Oop. Wrong button. My bad.
Hold it!
I want more information. Yes. I think it's her. It's the number of bullets that has you convinced. Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police. When the parlor maid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings. Well, that's logical, I suppose. Although, yes, Sometimes after dinner, crockery does go missing. One or two guests, rather, like the fine china. Does your employer dine with thieves? I almost said leaves. Do I want to say tea leaf? So I suppose, if there was another bullet somewhere, of which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position. Oh. I might be able to do something with that. We're doing It's Impossible right now. I don't have the proof for it, though I don't think it's impossible. I just had an idea. I need to go talk to the doctor. But impossible right now. Third bullet somewhere on the scene? That's unfortunately, 2 bullets were discovered by the police during their investigation. Yes, I know. Right. And I don't imagine the good men of Scotland Yard would have overlooked anything. If I missed a bullet while I was cleaning his lordship's office, well, I should receive a sound scolding, I don't doubt. And you should receive a visit from the police, perhaps. It sounds like a crime scene to me. A third bullet. It would completely turn things around if there was one, wouldn't it? Do you think we might find one laying around somewhere? I don't know about lying around somewhere, but I think we have to talk to the doctor. As there was somebody recently evolved with a bullet wound that needed to see the doctor. Oh, gosh. Okay.
Hold it!
You. Talk now. Oh, jeez. I was being silly about being a little British about that. Ryanosuke slamming his fist down. Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial, sir? The defendant's life is on the line here. Well, the thing is, I couldn't really say that has nothing to do with this trial, to be honest. Huh? I mean, there's no questioning that the man was shot, but the bullet had simply vanished from his stomach. It's quite explicate. What? Inexplicable. Inexplicable. Okay. It's quite inexplicable, don't you think? I almost don't want to ask. What is the surgery you've been muttering about all this time? You were operating on... What was the fellow's name now? Herlick? No, Herlock? No, Hairlock? Gosh. Herlock Schloms, by any chance. Yes, good lord! It was Hairlock Fellow! What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Schloms? That's right. Using the very latest anesthesia techniques, I might add. It was a fairly major op, I can tell you. This is crazy. Let me see. The fellow was brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly. They said he'd been shot by some criminal or other, so I opened him up like a shot. But the funny thing is, I went over his insides with a fine-toothed comb. I don't need to hear about that. I couldn't find the bullet anywhere, so I'm afraid I had to throw up my hands and just stitch the fellow back up. I hate to state the obvious, but... Yes? That was the wrong one. Yes? It's surely because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting. Counsel for the defense is correct, as it is clearly shown in this photographic print. The bullet that the Skulkin brothers fired at Mr. Schloms hit him in the stomach region, then exited his body and lodged in the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door. Ooh, was that Ryanosuke actually? No, wait. Oh wait, that was Ryanosuke. Whoops. So it's the bullet that the Skulkin brothers fired at Mr. Schloms hit him in the stomach region, then exited his body and lodged into the shop wall, where the calendar was hanging by the door. I need to pay attention to the names more, evidently. I think you'll find it really quite simple, if you just consider the problem three-dimensionally. Ah, who do you think I am, son? Well, juror number 4 is about the best I can do. As soon as I saw the wound to the man's stomach, I flipped him over. Like a pancake? Are you saying that you checked his back? Of course I did. There wasn't a trace of injury. No sign of the bullet had left the body at all. What? That's the point. Only logical conclusion was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards. Which is exactly why I said about... Okay, I'm skipping the dialogue. It was ooking me out. I'm still none the wiser even now. How many times do I have to say it? Can somebody please explain how it happened? Can somebody please solve the mystery? It's almost as much of a mystery as how this jury was put together. Jeez. Okay, so we're definitely pitting him against her.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict each other. What? What do you mean? Oh, right, I have to talk to her. Okay, well, I'll take that. My bad. I forgot. You actually have to talk to her. Okay, I'm just skipping through this. Because it's just, you did it wrong. I'm like, I know. I pieced that together. Thank you. Whoops. I'm gonna be wet and stupid too. I need to talk to her. I'm gonna... Say out loud. Okay, there we go. Skip, skip, skip. It's the point where, say, there's another bullet. I suppose. But I don't have anything to show her. Well, I have to show her. Hold on. I'm saving it now. No getting out of myself, apparently. I'm gonna get dinged again. That's what I get for showing hubris. Okay. Yeah. No, we don't have that. Okay, we... Ah, I see. Probably have to talk to the doctor again, then. Okay. Love this so we don't waste any more time. I know I don't usually pay attention to the song, but... Oop. Oh, wait. Oh, right. I have to go through this. Okay, let's scan. The doctor again. Because he... I can't. I have to show evidence, so... Yes. We've been through this dialogue before. Okay. So now he's...
Hold it!
Could you give us some evidence? Mr. Shlom's surgeon is on the jury. I've experienced some coincidences recently, but this is ridiculous. I'm as surprised as anyone. There's no question that Mr. Shlom's was shot. Well, that's what the police told me when they brought him in. But where were his injuries, Doctor? It was a mad way. He lost a huge amount of blood, you know. I suspect he was shot at quite close range, too. Because his skin was badly burned around the point of entry. Burned? As I said, I flipped the fellow over and examined his back. There's no sign of an exit wound. Which is why I thought I better locate the plug and pop it out. And yet you say you found no bullet inside the patient. Well, I wouldn't have done, would I? Because it's in the wall of the pawnbrokers. But how did it get there? I need someone to solve this mystery before it drives me to insanity. If only there was some expert in ballistics who could... Oh, okay, we need to compare. Even if you look extremely untrustworthy. Thanks for the obvious hint there, game. Ah, okay. So we need... these two, actually. Okay.
Objection!
I didn't think that was a problem. Oop. Oh, this light's funny. Okay, straight face, straight face. Those two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other. Okay, now I can laugh. Self-awareness, 100%. Oh, that's silly. He's like, you two need to talk. Oh, ballistics expert. Fitting. B-A-T-T. The night in question, Mr. Shloms was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers. Since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Shlom's body either. Furthermore, the bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where... Is it playing Overture to Pursuit? Okay. Gets distracted by the music. That's me. Anyway. The bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Shloms was shot. Number 6. Hello, my name is Villain. Pleased to meet you. This apparent contradiction in facts that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery? I have seen various... Is it very? Okay. I'm gonna try doing this accent. I have seen very similar situation in Motherland. That'd be yes. Oops. Ooh, new music. It was night. There was blizzard. I was running away along mountain road in freezing cold. Golly. The snow was piling high on both sides of road. It was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles, and they were on dog sleds. Mental note, don't ask too many questions. No kidding, Ryanosuke. I was shot from behind and fell down in snow. And the situation was very similar to what I heard today from doctor. I could not find bullet in my body. No sign of, how do you say, exit wound. Then where did the bullet go? Bullet never hit me. Well, if it never hit you, why did you fall down? Bullet hit frozen wall of ice, very close to my side. What? One small piece, very sharp. Broke away from lump of ice and pierced my body. It made deep wound that looks just like bullet wound. Ouch! Good gracious! Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me. And that is solution to mystery of disappearing bullet. Yeah, same, Ryanosuke. Ooh, oh, weird sound. What? That doesn't answer the question at all. The shooting happened in a pawnbroker's shop. Not some snowy mountain road in another country. Just an idea. But we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here. Bruno, where exactly was Hurley shot again? Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around this area, I think. Gestures at self. Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt. A pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that. Yes, a pouch. It's where he keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigations. What? Really? Doctor, where is the pouch Mr. Shloms was wearing? Well, the fellow had nothing like that on his person when he arrived at the hospital, as far as I remember. If I may... Lord Van Zeets. Well, I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a sumnation examination. To inform the defense, I have the pouch in question, in the antechamber outside the courtroom. Sorry. I understand it. The police arrived at the scene and found Mr. Shloms injured. They removed the pouch in order to assess the wound. Ah! Thank goodness! Thought I was getting forgetful for a moment. Since then, it's been in my safekeeping along with all other evidence related to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact it has not been touched since the incident occurred. Very well. Well, extremely unconventional during a summation examination. I must demand the prosecution presents the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Mr. Herlock Shlom's pouch. Things are progressing. I see. So this is the pouch worn by Mr. Shlom's on the night in question, is it? Look at that. One of the files is broken. The leather around it is scorched black. It's almost as if the file exploded. Exploded? So, that night, a bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun struck Mr. Shlom's pouch. And it was the glass vial exploding that caused the fellow's injury. This bullet did not penetrate victim, but it was deflected into a wall of shop. Hello, Ramsey. Delightfully complex aroma. I know you're enjoying your drink. Not the time now. Well, it would appear one mystery has been solved at least. It has no bearing on the truth of this case. Bungling and burgling brothers shot the detective. The accused shot the pawnbroker. The pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered. At least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man. Thank you very much. Glad I could help. Due to its bearing on the conundrum just solved, the court will sequester the scruffy pouch as evidence. Hurley's pouch isn't scruffy. Iris takes offense. Yay, I'm going to look at that. No, we're not continuing it. I'm staring at this. Wait, what is the definition type? The pouch Mr. Shlom's was wearing around his waist at the time of the shooting. One of the glass files is smashed and there are scorch marks around it. Poor Shlom's. Oh dear. Oh. He's gonna say, oh, I need to move. Wee. Yeah, there's a tear in the back. Oh look, there's a hole here at the back. Doesn't look much like a bullet hole. But clearly something's ripped through the leather with great force. Something must have pierced it somehow to left this hole behind. Yes, it looks that way. Mr. Shlom's and his pouch both took a beating, didn't they? Indeed, poor Shlom's. Yeah, I think we need to look at there. I already spot something of interest. It's really scorched badly just here. Oh, the strap is broken. Look. Must be where the bullet hit then. Let me see. There's still a bullet there. There's 3 bullets. What the? Iris, look. Behind where the broken file was. Do you see it? Ah! That's the Skulkin brothers' bullet. A stroke of luck that it hit his pouch. It's an amazing discovery. Still not incredibly lucky. Poor Shlom still had to go to the hospital. It would have been more lucky if the bullet had just hit his pouch, but he didn't have explosives in there, evidently, and Shlom's ended up being okay. Except maybe with a scratch or 2 from that glass. Jeez. Then again, apparently the leather protected him from the glass. It was just the velocity of the glass, so... It didn't break because of the... He didn't get hurt because the glass broke because of the bullet. The glass that hurt him was because it went... The chemical exploded in there. Shlom's might want a bulletproof bag. Poor man. It's an amazing discovery. What this means is, there were 3 bullets fired at Windy Banks that night. We found exactly what the juror was talking about. The 3rd bullet. Time to press that juror again, I think. Indeed. Oh, 3rd bullet. Projectile we discovered lodged in Mr. Shlom's pouch. They caused one of the files to explode, injuring Mr. Shlom. Poor man. Poor Hurley. Yep. I think the only other thing is the other chemicals, but I don't think that's relevant right now. We got more evidence. I should probably get this save. There's gonna be a lot of back and forth, so I might as well have here so I don't have to go back again. In case I get hubris. Okay, shuffle. Back in my spot. I'm in my... Now, the summation examination. Would appear the defense is somewhat struggling to alter opinion, Please, my lord, a little more time. Girl, that's a new piece of evidence. A valuable clue, and you can't afford to overlook anything here, Ryunosuke. No kidding! There's still a way to turn this around somehow. I'm sure of it. Yes, there is. I don't want to talk to you. Okay, get through. Whoop! Right, wrong button. That doesn't work here. Okay.
Hold it!
This? Woo. Okay, buttons. Okay, skip over, so now we can actually show the proper evidence. Skippy, skippy. How to get to when it's asking. Prove it. Because we found it. We can prove there's a third bullet because we found it. Allow me to show you then. The third bullet.
Take that!
Bam. Here it is. We discovered it just now. Yes, on the night in question in Windy Banks' pawnbrokery. Another bullet was fired.
Hold it!
This is new trickery, you Nipponese conjurer. Where did you find that bullet? You really can't figure that out? He was literally just handed this. It was lodged inside Mr. Shlom's pouch. What? His pouch was removed from around Mr. Shlom's waist when he was taken to hospital. And since then, it has been touched by no one. Do you mean to say? The shot fired by the Skulkin brothers that night? Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch. But that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Shlom's. It was clearly visible in the photographic print. Ah! New guns from the scene have already been submitted into the court record as evidence. Yes, that of Mr. Windybank, and that belonging to the Skulkin brothers. And the examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each. Ah! But that must mean... That's right. We now know on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. Until that incontrovertible, goodness me. And until that I'm just tripping up on the syllables at this point. I'm gonna read this normally because I don't know if I could do it Ryunosuke's voice. But Ryunosuke is speaking. And until that incontrovertible inconsistency, goodness, that was a tongue twister, is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment. Ugh. Fancies. Ha! In your face, Mr. Vampire! Order! 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 While the summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built. As it is my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination. By Jupiter! What? Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once. Judge is getting things done. What is going to happen now? Hello there. Once again. Witnesses.
Governor!
Were you listening to proceedings while the defense carried out the sub-nation examination?
We was, Governor, we was.
Perhaps we can dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. The third bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that?
Make of it, Gov. I don't make nothing of nothing.
Is it one of yours?
Gore blimey, not a chance.
In that case, did you have an accomplice?
What? What? Never! The Skulkin brothers work alone. Just the two of us. That's our trademark.
Oh, so we forget Skulky. I think Gregson's relieved not being tied as a third anymore. Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The third bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it?
Tell me, that's a head scratcher. Counsel for the defense.
Yes?
I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The third bullet, and the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came.
Looking back over all the testimony we've heard, and all the evidence we've seen, I'm starting to form a picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear that this third bullet tells us about the Skulkin brothers. They had a secret accomplice, they had another gun, it has nothing to do with them. I think it's a top option, but hold on.
I'm gonna give it a save.
Because in case I'm choosing the wrong. Again, it saves time to just reload. Because... yeah, we also have evidence... hold on, let me pull it up. Show don't tell. Mr. in White's blood matches that's blood. So, he was kind of there at the crime scene. So, let's see. So, I think I can say this top option. And get motoring on, because then they'll be like, what? How do you know that? And he's like, this. Blood samples. Had a secret accomplice. On that night at Windy Banks' pawnbrokery, the brothers must have been working with a third man. The witnesses are clearly doing their best to cover up the existence of this accomplice. The evidence all points to the fact there was someone else present. Someone carrying a gun. And who do we know was carrying a gun that wears fancy white clothing? Because he pointed at poor Ryunosuke at the end of... what was that? Was that the first or second of when this case started? Or stream? In that case. I don't quite remember. But yeah, that was a part of the earlier. Mr. Fancy Pants pointed a gun at poor Ryunosuke. The rude, daft man.
Objection!
It's just quiet. People muttering. Hello. You want evidence, don't you, Baroque? Accomplice, you say? Pigswill. Yeah. These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 sub-nation examinations. In all that time, there's not been a murmur of a third man. If this apparently wrath-like being exists... oh, he crushed it. Court must be shown hard evidence. Without it, this fantasy will be crushed. Like your glass? Are you sure you should be slamming the fist you just crushed the glass with? How sturdy are Van Zeke's gloves that the glass doesn't stick in them? Ooh, didn't want to do that. So many questions, no answers.
Prosecution demands answers on 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence, whose accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. And secondly, the identity of the And now I'm yawning. Sorry. The identity is superfluous. Yeah. Surrealist? Surrealist. Identity of the surrealist character. Bolton brothers are lying. I know that. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding? I know! I'm raising my hand! Kind of moment. Feeling. Well, Consul? Supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice. Reveal the person's identity, even. In response to the prosecution's demands, my lord, the defense is ready to present the answers. Defense is ready. I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands. So, my Nipponese friend, despite the swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting. Get it together. I have to push forward now. There's no other option. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me, if it will make a difference. And I know what to present. In this case, probably. In that case, Counsel, I would ask you to present the evidence without delay. On the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there was a third intruder present at the scene? Blood sample.
Take that!
Evidence is right here, in this portfolio. By Jove, that portfolio again, is it? You expect the court to rifle through your papers itself. Be more specific. You claim one of those blood samples proves the presence of this third intruder. Well, which one is it? Oh, I might have had to...
Take that!
That's actually not what I wanted to do. What am I looking at here? Okay. I might have... I don't know if I should skip through this or not. This is not what I wanted to do! I hit the button on accident. Oh, goodness. There appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar. It's a bloodstain, my lord. A bloodstain? Green blood. Curious. And for you. The court to understand that intruder was some unhuman creature. It's something developed by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. The great detective! New invention. Stop. Not yet appeared in stories. Stop. It's this, you see. It doesn't have a name yet, though. This froggery spray... Oh. This frogger sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to change its color. Is that what it's called? Okay. Different elements of people's blood. Yes. Everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is. Oh, that brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood. Talk of blood in courtroom. Stop. Very exciting. Stop. I have concerns, lady. As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windybay. Ah, a striking blue. Yes, so you see, the green color of this bloodstain on the calendar, it shows somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop. Now hold fire there, young man. Could that be from some unrelated incident, couldn't it? No, it's not unrelated. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windybank was killed.
And golly!
Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day.
Then whose blood is it?
Well, the Skulkin brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. Which means it must be the blood of somebody else. The third intruder, in fact.
Objection!
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder?
I accidentally clicked the wrong button to get the right answer. Good job, me. No, don't click the wrong button now. This guy.
Take that!
Mr. Fancy Pants in White, who moves very unsettled. Now I'm just tripping over my words. He moves in a way I don't like it. She says stop all the time because of old times telegram messages use that instead of periods in sentences. Yes, that is a tidbit I know of as well. So yeah, it's a telegram thing, which probably be relevant.
The man's name is Egbert Benedict.
Egbert Benedict? What on earth are you talking about, Consul?
He paid a visit to Windybanks' pawnbrokery the afternoon before the incident took place. And the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession.
I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Apparently Van Zeeks makes me want to sneeze. Holding up a little music disc. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I don't feel like I'm gonna sneeze again now.
That's right.
He wasn't expecting that.
A man identified by the defense, Mr. Egbert Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force.
Broker. Yes, sir. Windybank when he was still alive. I believe this filthy hairball. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you. No? Yes, well, the article in question belongs to me. I demand it to be returned at once. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give it back to me. Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say, any music box disc too. Inspector Gregson was there at the time. He can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc. And you corroborate this account, Inspector? Yes, my lord. It's more or less what happened. And in the interest of being thorough, I asked Windybank for a print showing the fellow. Taken from one of his red-handed recorder grubnesses. Yes, it's him talking to Mr. Windybank that morning. And you claim this... you claim this man is the brothers' accomplice. Well, Mr. Skulkin? Never seen the geezer before in my life. On me life, Gov, on me life. Never seen him. There's so I know the sword. Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion. I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nipponese friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice. Yes, and I can. Then show us the evidence. I agree. We must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is. Ooh. I feel like I should save right now. Hold on. If I mess this up. Definitely gonna want to reload. Save time.
This is the last piece of evidence. I had a feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start.
Oh, I might want to go check the disc, actually. Oh, wait, no, I already did. Yeah, the smear of blood on it turned green when analyzed. Okay, yeah, okay. Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to show that disc.
I had a feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start. But now, I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom.
Got some fangs on Ryunosuke.
Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel? Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man in the picture in this photographic print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet.
It'd be this, because it turned green, so we know it's a blood sample of his. And the blood sample we have of the bullet is, yeah, this makes sense.
Take that!
As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully, admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windybanks's. Which is when the aforementioned Egbert Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. This man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no? That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred.
But of course, sir. Here's a disc for you. This is fine.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute. That disc is mine. Get him, Gina. Get him, Gina. What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Rude. You jerk.
In a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions cause Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed. The resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now.
Goodness, bloodstain, is it?
My assistant and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom.
Using my trusty Frogger gun.
Yes, and we added the results to this portfolio.
I say, it's green. It's exactly the same color as the blood around the calendar. I think that was old man. 6. Yeah. No, wait. That was the lady. The lady is number 5. The doctor is number 4. Anyway.
The evidence is conclusive. A man calling himself Mr. Egbert Benedict, who was in Windybanks's earlier in the day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night.
Ooh. So there was somebody else there. Look at those two brothers now. They're sweating buckets. Oi, what are you talking about? It's boiling in here.
My lord, it is of the opinion of the defense that Mr. Egbert Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify.
It would certainly seem we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
Objection!
It's gone on long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law. Sherlock Sholmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. Code of detection or some such. And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court in the land. Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Here's to you successfully proving that no other blood in the world would turn the same color. Ah, well...
Oh, axe kick. It always makes me laugh. I can't take Van Ziek seriously when he's kicking the table like that. That's such an odd pose to be doing. If you're looking at him from the side, there's nothing not funny about this to me. Oh, jeez. I do know he's quite upset, though, when he does this. He's pretty fed up right now.
And pray, you don't even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Shlom's word for it.
Oh dear. Is he right? Ooh, I don't know. I mean, he is a great detective. What are you talking about? We can't get away with that. Oh dear.
I knew it would come to this. Of course, Mr. Shlom's invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body. But other choice that I have. I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before.
The judge?
About how he was temporarily suspending the Summation examination. Ah, in other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it?
Good grief! What did you say, young what girl?
And in a Summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it?
Eat your words, Van Ziek. You got outdone by a 10-year-old. Yeah, let's go, Iris!
So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. At least, not for now. Yes, she's right.
Young lady, you have quite the devious mind. She really wants to get back at the people that shot her dad. Why wouldn't she?
It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Bruno. Is that about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something? Unbelievable. Mr. Shlom's partner is a force to be reckoned with.
No kidding. Let's go. Now I'm thinking of another half-sized detective who also has a connection to Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Though he's not usually supposed to be so bite-sized, eh? Anyway. I thought there's gonna be people who have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. I'm not going to explain.
Iris Wilson, sharpshooter.
She's so pleased with herself, as you should be, dearie.
After that shrewd process of the situation from an entirely unexpected source, it must be acknowledged that the previous Summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion.
This is absurd. Eat it. I'm sorry, I'm feeling feisty.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings in this matter. As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you will come to fair and just conclusions. So then, state your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty!
Not guilty.
Ew. Woohoo! Got 4 in our favor and 2 not. Put that in your juice box and suck it, Van Zieks!
Do call guilty, and full call not guilty. Such is the outcome of the sub-nation examination.
Objection!
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision. On what grounds? If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt. I'm sorry, Lord Van Zieks, but the outcome of the sub-nation examination cannot be ignored. This trial will continue. Juice box! Suck it! I'm having a fantastic time right now. Nonetheless, we found ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness. But sadly, I fear that will be impossible. What? The name of the gentleman gave for himself, Egbert Benedict, is quite clearly false. I don't believe it. Just when I managed to prove the man was there that night. Could I say something? Who was that, please? Who spoke? It was me, my lord. It was me, Dio. Okay. Juror number 5. What have you to say, madame? If possible, Inspector. Me, ma'am. I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again. The one in which the gentleman is shown. Ah, right, yes, this one you mean. Of Mr. Benedict. Ma'am? Yes. There's no doubt in my mind. You're number 5. You don't mean to say you know this man? Yes, I know him. What? No! Good gracious! Van Zieks, get a headache. Ah! Order, order, order! Juror number 5, how on earth? I am a communications officer. Stop. As we can clearly see, the gentleman in the photograph is... Stop. Oh my goodness, look how sparkly her eyes are. She's very excited. Also a communications officer. Stop. He works in my office. Stop. A very talented operator, in fact. Stop. He should be in the communication station now. Stop. Tapping away on the telegraph. Stop. This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right. I suppose we all imagine the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out he has a respectable job by day, wherever he gets up to at night. Yes, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's why I feel something was wrong. The gentleman is at London's communication station. We should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Lord Van Zieks, if you please. Yes, my lord. Make the necessary arrangements with all haste. As your lordship bids. The court will recess for 1 hour. The new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson. Yes, my lord? I should like to hear from you specifically about the events at the pawnbrokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. Yes, sir, my lord. Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m. You to be continued, yes? I'm not gonna stop quite yet. Because if we're here, there's this recess and 2 other trial parts. So I do want to play a little bit of this. I'm still going to save. Because I'm going to save. Oh, I don't need to save again, though. Oh, it's in trial part 3. Okay. That's why they broke it down. Alright. At least want to get a little ways into this. A little bit. 17th April, 12:41 p.m. The Old Bailey, Defendant's Antechamber. Gina! Ah, Gina. How are you holding up? I imagine that was a roller coaster for the poor lass. I'm starting to feel quite warmly towards her frequent cold shoulders now. Ginny! Are you alright? Why aren't you saying anything? Now would be a good time to say your side of the story, Missy. I mean, we could use some more info to go off of, please. What's the point, eh? I go through all this trouble and fighting so hard. The likes of me. What? Well, you saw it. That picture. What picture? Ah, you mean this? A photograph taken by Hurley's red-handed recorder. Yeah, what's up with that? Well, I didn't think it would have captured a scene like this. That's for sure. It's hopeless. Anyone who sees that's gonna think I did it, ain't they? Well, I won't pretend it wasn't a bit of a shock when the prosecution first presented it to the court. Surely you gotta have your doubts about me now. You can't still think I'm innocent. Of course I can. Ginny, why don't you talk to us? Tell us what really happened that night. Eh? Bruno's cleverly managed to piece together a lot of new information, but still, we'd really like to hear it from you. Come on, Gina. Yay! Alright then. Talkie talk. It was after we had that dinner together at your place. Right, Iris? We all had a chat up in your office, didn't we? Yes, I remember. After that, I just couldn't get to sleep. So I slipped out and went down the street to the 2-1, to Windybanks' place. I had to know if Iris's story was there or not. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I don't know what it's about or nothing. But if you ask me, there's something in it that Shlomes didn't like. Something what he didn't want people reading. So that's why he lied to Iris about sticking it in lug with Windybank for safekeeping. At least, that's what I thought at the time. So you broke into Windybanks'. I just had to know if it was there or not. I mean, I had no idea all that was going to kick off, did I? Nope, I don't see why you would. I snuck the lock and snuck inside. Oh, I struck the lock and snuck inside. It was dark as you like in there. So I gave the oil lamp on the counter a bit of wick. And that's when... What do you think you're doing? Ah! I nearly died, I did. The next thing I knew... I grabbed the gun off the counter, was waving it in the air like, I don't know what. Aw. So she just grabbed instinctually. Let's just fuck out. She does that a lot with the grenade, the paint grenade launcher. Smoke grenade? Smoke grenade. Smoke grenade launcher that Iris made. Ah, you're the girl who was in here this afternoon. I didn't think pickpockets went in for armed robbery. The manuscript. Have you got it here? The Shlomes leave a load of papers with you. A story. I beg your pardon? The Hound of the something or other. If it's here, I want to see it. I'm sorry, young lady, but I'd sooner die than relinquish an article belonging to one of my customers. I don't want it. What would I do with it anyway? I just want to see its ear, that's all.
Oh, you want to see it, do you? I want to know if Shlum's really pawned it here or not. Please, just let me see it and I'll go. Oh, very well then. But for pity's sake, stop waving my gun around, would you? Well, that explains why he would run back towards Gina's, because Gina's actually not threatening him. Aha! Gina is innocent. So then, the old cove unlocked the storeroom door, and we both went inside. And it was right there, alright. The mantle script. They call it a manuscript. She calls it a mantle script. Ah. Shlums weren't lying after all. You did all that just to check for me, Ginny. Anyway, there was a bit of a kick-up out in the main Anyway, then there was a bit of a kick-up out there in the main bit of the shop. The Skulkin brothers arriving on the scene. Yes. What was that noise? Someone's breaking in. Dear me. There's some burglars convention here tonight that I don't know about. I think I forgot to shut the door behind me. Sorry. Better go and take care of it. Can I possibly have my gun back? Oh, well, I'll come with you, Anne. Now, don't be foolish, young girl. You must stay right here. Don't leave this room under any circumstances. Windy Bake's keeping Gina safe. And with that, he took the gun out of me hands and walked back into the shop. I hung back in the storeroom like he said, straining my ears in the dark to hear what was going on. It sounded like they got into a bit of a scrap. I started to think I should help it, see? So I was just about to go out the story myself when... I heard a couple of shots go off. 2, I think. Almost at the same time. And there he was, right at me feet, lying face down on the floor. I was right next to the storeroom door, so I slammed it shut and locked it quick as you like. Because you thought whoever shot Mr. Windybake might come for you? Yeah. So I went and grabbed the old cove's gun. I figured I'd put up a fight at least. But when I got a better look at him, I knew. Windybake was a goner. And then she plonked out. Felt funny in me head all of a sudden, kind of dizzy. And after that, I don't remember nothing. That must be when you passed out, Gina. If I hadn't done what I done, the old cove might still be alive. Did you tell the police everything you just told us? Of course I did. But they didn't believe a word of it, did they? All they said was, if I keep telling lies and make things even worse for me. I'll be alright, Ginny. Don't worry. Just stay strong a little longer. Bruno's about to put the real culprit through the mill. Darn straight. That cove what was there in the afternoon. That Egbert Benedict. Still remember how he looked at me, like I was nothing. He was there that night. I don't know his real name yet, but I'm convinced that he's involved somehow. Anyway, thank you for telling us what happened, Gina. I appreciate your honesty. You what? You can leave it all in Bruno's capable hands now, Ginny. Mr. Naruto. Yes? How come you trust me? I just don't get it. I mean, have you forgotten what happened here before? Come on. It was only 2 months ago. Me and McGill did. We told you a pack of lies. And you got the Brog Trotter off with him, even though he was a killer. No, I could never forget that. Oh, I did what I thought was best at the time. The pain of that error of judgment doesn't get any easier to bear. Still, don't forget that I also made you a promise. I told you I'd be on your side to the bitter end, no matter what.
Oh yeah, I believe those words.
But what if I'm lying? You could be working to get another killer off the hook, for all you know. I was once in your position, Gina. I was the accused in a trial. You were? Before I left Japan, I was accused of murder.
You were accused of 2 murders there, actually, Ryunosuke. Even on the boat, they thought it was you. Poor Ryunosuke.
And strange as it might sound, the circumstances of the crime were pretty damning. I was sure that no one would believe it wasn't me who'd done it. Oh, Bruno. There was one person who stood up for me, who believed in me, and was prepared to defend me. My best friend.
Don't play the song. You're gonna get me in my poor heart can't take this. I'm such a sap. Kazuma!
My best friend. Ryunosuke.
Who believes in you more than I do?
Leave this to me.
All you need to do is put your faith in me, and I'll do the rest.
I was so happy, I cried. Even then, somewhere inside me, I couldn't help thinking, surely, he doesn't really believe in me. Not completely.
Oh, Gina.
But I was wrong. As soon as my trial began, it was obvious. He had an absolute, unwavering belief in me. And in turn, I developed an absolute, unwavering belief in him.
Buddies!
Since then, I came to realize, if you want someone to believe in you, you have to believe in the other person first.
What are you saying?
I promise you, Gina, and no matter what happens, keep believing in you. You don't need to worry. I won't let you down.
Even though I'm a diver and a no good liar. You're not a murderer.
You are not like me, Gilded. I know that.
Eh?
That's right! You are a friend, Ginny! Iris! We know you better than you think. And we've come to the conclusion that you're someone we can trust. Yes! That's really all we need to know. Exactly! Mr. Naru Odo,
Defendant Gina Lestrade and her legal representative. Court proceedings are about to resume. Please head into the courtroom immediately.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Sappy. Oh.
I'd been both a defendant and a defending lawyer in my time. So I knew only too well just how hard it was to put all your faith in another. I also knew just how hard it was to bear the burden of another, putting all their faith in you. This is it at last. Final chapter. Final battle. Wish me luck, Susato-san. I hope you're watching over me too, partner.
He's like, have faith in me, Asugi. we actually, okay, no, this is not gonna be a to be continued. Think though, I think I might just have the opening in court, or yeah, sure, why not? Let's see how the opening stands. And I think we'll call it good. I hereby call this court to order as resume the trial of Miss Gina Lestrade. Lord Van Zeeks, have you successfully subpoenaed the witness? Subpoena was delivered to the communication station. The man works immediately, my lord. However, heavy rain has delayed the arrival of his carriage, it would seem. I see. Then let us turn our attention to Inspector Gregson's precis of the case heard by the court this morning. Glaring omission of the third bullet in your report is a serious blunder, Inspector. Yes, I can only apologize, my lord. And although the defendant's chemical analysis of blood at the scene makes for a compelling argument, I cannot permit such untried methods to be used as evidence in my courtroom. Big mistake to cross Hurley and me. A very big mistake. I think they're gonna make it legally viable next time a court session comes around. Oh, hi, my lord. The subpoena witness has just arrived in the building. Thank you, officer. Show him to the stand without delay. Sir Edward Benedict. Didn't expect to be crossing paths with him again so soon. Certainly not like this. You? Hi. Hello, you weirdo. Derogatory. There's weirdo the affectionate, and there's weirdo derogatory, and that's most certainly he weirds me out. Thank you for complying with the court's subpoena at such short notice, sir. But of course, my lord, as an upstanding member of London society, it is my pleasure to oblige. Now, kindly state your name and occupation for the record. Ashley Graydon, Communications Officer. I just realized I went from one Ashley to another in a game. Okay. Mr. Graydon and I both work at London's Central Communications Station. Now, perhaps, somebody would kindly explain what in all this is about. You were apprised of the situation by the court officer on your way here, I presume? Yes, I was. Something to do with a murder that took place at a pawnbroker's on Baker Street. And some nonsense about me having been there on the night in question. It is the accusation, indeed. This really is beyond a joke, you know. Very well. Without further delay, the court will hear your testimony now, Mr. Graydon. You will respond to the accusation made against you under oath. Seriously, stop doing that. I don't like you. Gladly, my lord. Gladly. Can I smack him? I think we'll hear the testimony and then call it good. So, accusation. Naturally, I have occasion to make use of pawnbrokering services from time to time. But are you seriously suggesting? I concluded. Okay, try again. But are you seriously suggesting I colluded with these thugs to break into a place the night of the murder? I have no intention of admitting to such an outrageous accusation. And if certain parties here present claim that my blood was found at the scene, some Scaramouche detective's homebrewed tincture
can hardly be taken as serious evidence. So, deny the accusation completely, do you? I must say, I am dismayed. For the highest court in the land to be swayed by this self-professed detective's toy. It was the will of the jury, and our great British justice system demands that the jury's will is upheld. And it would seem we have the misfortune of a most inept assembly of jurors today. My golly! How long am I expected to be detained here? If, following the defendant's cross-examination, your involvement in this matter has not been established, you'll be free to leave immediately. Good. And I shall be away in time for afternoon tea. Some small consolation, at least. Let us not hold up Mr. Graydon any longer than necessary, Consul. Proceed with the cross-examination. So, we meet again, Mr. Egbert Benedict. Or is it Mr. Graydon?
What's your play here, mister?
My apologies. You are... Ryonosuke Naruhodo, defense lawyer. We have met.
Stop moving. You really don't. That one actually wasn't bad. Unlike his other ones. His other ones make me want to do that cat thing of repeatedly smacking him with a paw.
If you say so. Ashley Graydon. En santé. So.
Oh. Hat. Hat for you. Ah!
I trust we can conclude this quickly.
Ugh.
I'm not holding your fleshy hat while we do.
Okay. I have to put it on this, or else I'm accidentally going to push something, and it's going to be a mess. No way, I'll do this too. Alrighty! That's a good ways in. There is the distinct possibility, assuming I don't get too hung up, that Friday will wrap up this case. Which is also why I kind of wanted to go a little longer today. Ugh, okay. But yeah, we might be able to get through the rest of this trial next time. Maybe. I'm not sure how long that's going to take. Maybe I should check, but maybe there's still a pretty good chance of the trial getting wrapped up Friday. Oh, I'm excited! We're getting to the best parts of this trial now. We've been getting through the good stuff. Now we got this. Ah! I love all the twists and turns in this one. I'm so excited. It's a good one. Good opener for the week. We have to deal with Mr. Fancy Pants. Yes, yes. But before you do, maybe consider liking or commenting or subscribing. I mean, you don't have to. I'm just asking you to consider. But yes, if you did like the video, I would appreciate a like. If you want to make sure you don't miss the video, subscribing might be good. Also, I have a lot more other videos. If you haven't been watching the full series, I do have all the VODs up on this channel and all that. I have all my VODs up on this channel. This is not just my live stream channel. It has all my VODs and whatnot, so you can all get catched up on stuff. Or just the other things that I play, because I do play other things. Like tomorrow, which is going to be... Let's see. What did I put for tomorrow? Tomorrow I think is... yeah. I think I put Tears of the Kingdom tomorrow. I make my schedule and then immediately forget it, like any good person. Hold on, I'm pretty sure I put I have my stuff here. Might be able to hear the mouse. Okay, yeah, I have, yes. Yep. Okay, yes, I have Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I've already played through it all, so just me running around. Just because it's fun. I haven't gone through any of the side quests. I actually don't I don't have a lot of time to play video games. A lot of the time, if I want to play something, I almost have to stream it to have time to play anything. I'm so busy just getting things ready and other such like. But yes, we'll have tomorrow's Tears of the Kingdom. We have another Pokemon stream, Pokemon Violet, that is, stream on Thursday, and then Friday, like I've been saying, Great Ace Attorney again. Maybe be able to wrap it up. Might be a longer stream. I hope I went far enough in this one. The worry is real. Planning out things. Maybe I'll get through it quickly. I am not really sure, but we are definitely near the end of this sordid tale, and I am excited because one of my favorite moments is gonna show here. I think, yeah, it's this moment, and there's one other moment that I really, really like in this game. Because I actually still remember it. Like in some detail, to some extent, some detail. I'm not getting my words out very well. In any case, I do have to wrap it up here. That is it for this stream. I hope it was likable, and if it was, again, I would appreciate some likes, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But for now, I must bid all of you, new and old, here live or here in the VOD, a thank you and a farewell with a fond bye-bye, and I hope to see you another time. Woo!